what's going on, what's happening. It is a daily from Mothupi, and I'm glad you are here back once again on my YouTube channel. On today's video, I want us to dive a bit more deeper into looking at the markets. So the last week was a successful week for me. We're able to just look at the markets. I was able to break down certain setups, strategies and all those things, and most importantly, they were able to play out as exact as we did, show them out. So what you should be able to do is to take advantage of the markets. It does not mean that if we did have profits the previous week, this week is most definitely guaranteed. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not the markets, but like I did mention, it's not even financial advice. This is 100% my experiences, what I do in the markets day in, day out. So basically, I happen to share some of the trades that I do take, not all of them, but some of them I do share in the Telegram group. You can click the link below where we'll be able to get access to it, and let's get straight to it. So I am going to be starting off first with the dollar index, and then from there we're going to be looking at US30, gold, and as well BTC USD. But the most interesting one is gold, because I want us to look at how it's been performing well and how we can strategize into capitalizing more from it. So starting off first here at the dollar index. So the previous week, you remember we were able to spot, it was somewhere around here, we're able to spot that yes, once price gets here at the low, we're looking into obviously the first, second, third touch, and after that touch, we're gonna wait for some confirmations, because it doesn't mean that once price gets there we're gonna act on it. We have to wait for confirmations, like what, like engulfing and stars and stuff. And here I can see there was an engulfing right here, and then from there price like impulsed upwards, and then a young correction, then we had this huge impulse, correction, impulse, but eventually we got to our point, which is here. This was drawn from the previous live session. If you guys remember, I drew it exactly as it is. I didn't touch it, I didn't do anything, I didn't remove it. I just wanted it to leave it here so you can see. But yeah, price came here, that touches here, and also we started seeing this shot, boom, it went all the way down and started selling. Then here we couldn't break, but we eventually broke and we retested. Then went down, and then we came for a younger retest. Then now we're going down. So what am I seeing? What am I expecting for the market to do moving forward? So I'm just gonna take this and then start off first with the daily, so we have a clearer understanding of if price is still respecting the daily time frame. And looking at it, right, I can see price was going down, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, couldn't break the lows here, went up, it broke the highs. So now we are potentially seeing prices started going down, and now it's playing around here. So because it broke the highs, we are potentially seeing something more like this, and then maybe up until somewhere here. So even though this means that it's a short-term sell and a long-term buy, short-term sell, long-term buy, and so on. So basically that's why you'd still be able to see someone profiting regardless of what the market is doing, because anyways, it's not like we wait for those daily movements to play a part. What we do is we go a bit more lower to a smaller time frame, whereby now we are able to have a clear understanding of how to make those decisions in a much more faster way, and at the same time whereby we're able to manage, and then if we want to be out and so on. So right here I can see this is what we have. Can we just put this here, small like this is the dollar index, and another one like this. Perfect. Okay, and then here we're just gonna adjust this real quick, have it be right here, last 2 points right here. Perfect. Okay, so looking at it right now, since we are here, we're looking for the dollar index, and obviously right now where we are as well, some area of support, you can see this area right here, some area of support. But one thing that I'd like is, I see this area has been tested already, area of support, which could be a confirmation for it to start pushing upwards from here. But knowing the markets, it might want to push a bit more downside, maybe somewhere around here. Then we'll see a movement like this, the price is gonna slowly start going up and so on. So that's what we need to be more observant on, especially on the dollar index. And yeah, man, I'm excited, I'm happy. Let me just see. Yeah, but so far it's looking good, can't really complain. Now let's go to US30 just to see what's happening. So in US30 the previous week, this this was during the week, we're able to spot this trade as well. We're able to I think it was also shared in the Telegram, so just make sure guys that you are in there. We're able to spot this beautiful engulfing, then buy, boom, all the way up to take profit. And yeah, man, this was a clean one. But now looking at it right now where we are, let me do this. Perfect. Looking at it right now where we are, obviously I can see we do have this area right here be our first, second, and as well more like a third touches here, which confirms us that, like, trying to push to the upside. And then from there I am going to be diving, that's on the 60-minute. I'm going to be diving on the 15, just so I can see what exactly is price telling me, because mind you, the lesser time frame we go, it means that we are also looking into I'm not being too long in this trade. So I am just going to be back to the 60-minute, boom, take it back so that I can focus on this. I already seen it, so I don't have to keep it because I seen it. Right now I want to focus on what's actually going on right now as we speak. So that's why you'd see me adjusting it and then having this here much better. This looking much better. So I can see this descending type channel, and right now where we are, we could potentially push one more time to the upside, and then you might see us selling going all the way down to here where the third touches. And obviously for us to spot this so much more clearer is for it to break below here, meaning that once price is playing around like this here, once price starts playing around, we wait for some sort of confirmation, but it'll be nice to just experience that break and the retest. And then once it retests, because this would be more of a pattern here, that break right here happen, and as well a retest, and as well this area is an area of significance here at the top. So that sell now, being able to catch a sell here would make much more better sense right here. Yeah, stop loss, come all the way down with it here. This would make much more better sense. Okay, but yeah, that is US30. Let's take a look at gold. So gold as well, the past week was amazing. We did catch multiple trades on it. You can simply see right here, this was the last one to end the week. This was actually on Friday. We caught this beautiful monster trade here, and then the day before, it was somewhere around here. The day before we also caught this buy right here. But yeah, man, so far it has been moving well. Let me just come from the 60. We did hit those targets that we're aiming for right here at the top. And how we got those targets, previous highs right here, you can see previous highs here, and they have been respected now. So now there's two ways. It's either price is gonna go here since April, June, July, it reached this area, and once it reached this area, there was never a time whereby it broke it. And the more it reaches it, the more weaker this area becomes as well, which means that it could aim for it to break, but obviously it needs more confirmations. I mean, more strength to be bold and all those things. But anyways, if I draw this pattern on a daily time frame, this is what I see, boom, and as well, boom. So more like a symmetrical pattern, symmetrical triangle. So yeah, let me just go on the 4 hour. Let's see, we've seen it, I believe we have seen it. So now we are here at the resistance. So let's see what is the 60 minutes showing us. One thing that I would like to see here on gold, let me remove this. One thing that I would like to see is if price could potentially just come back, because now it's too up for us to buy it. Come back like a retracement, and then somewhere around here, that's where we would be able to take that buy, believing that if it does respect and continue going upwards, we should be able to hit our targets. Because look at it, even just this, the first 3.3 type thing. So this is gonna be amazing. It will be amazing. Looking forward. Let me put this blue, even here put blue. BTC USD, let's do this, team. We are doing this on BTC USD. This one here, we've been seeing a downward trend. So far we see, since we broke below this trend line here, we've been respecting that downward trend. And if we're not careful, we might even go as low as this, which is for it to respect the 90% rule, which means that Bitcoin might be somewhere close to at $98,000 before it continues pushing upwards. So yeah, just that being said, there's different ways to it. So you could either enjoy those scalping moments, like when scalp it all the way down, or you could just wait for it to reach a specific level so you can buy it when it's cheap and then you can rehold it, or you can do whatever, man. Anyways, it's your digital asset, so you can do whatever. And you can see here what I'm seeing is price came this lower low, lower high, lower low, and now we are basically correcting. Then we'll see another low, dropping all the way down, another low, and then a lower high. So this one here, we might see it up until like maybe price gets here, but obviously the market can decide otherwise. It's either, what I'm seeing is either when price gets here, we might see something more like this. Just a bit more like each one. Yeah. More like this. And then we'll see price coming and reaching these levels here at the bottom. But if that doesn't happen, obviously we need to manage and monitor, which means that if price happens to do something else, like it decides, boom, it breaks above, then comes back and retest, then it continues breaking above, then another come back and retest, we understand that now we're going to start buying, then going all the way to the upside with it. But I want you to comment below and let me know, what exactly are you looking at? Which currencies, which setups, which instruments are you looking at? I'm more interested in knowing more about you, what pairs that you like to trade. And then that's it for today's videos, guys. I'm glad that you did watch this video up until this end. It is a buddy from Mothupi, and I will see you on the next YouTube video.